When you divorce the narc, which you need to do, the abuse doesn't stop, does it? I'm focusing on that in this video, how to handle that abuse, especially with the use of prayer. Welcome to the sixth and the last video in my YouTube series, Prayer and the Narc, small n. With the narc, it's always small n. The title of this video is Prayers for Your Post-Divorce Life. Before I get into this topic, I want to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Many of you have done that. Join our team. God is using us and you to help many spouses escape their narcs. We'd love to have you with us. This is a movement. God's blessing us, and we're helping spouses escape, and you're a huge part of that. Okay, at this point in the process, you have escaped the narc. You are divorced. But unless the narc is dead or in prison or in a coma, and we can always hope and dream, he continues to attack you. He harasses you. He will not follow the divorce agreement. He won't pay you on time. He screws up your schedule. He works to turn the kids against you, on and on. Now he's going to make you pay for divorcing him. And you have to deal with all the changes and adjustments in your new life on top of it. This is why I wrote my divorce recovery book, I Didn't Want a Divorce, Now What? To help you heal from the traumas and build a new life. More on that later. Now I'm going to cover a few post-divorce challenges and how to pray about them. First, you need to heal. You need to heal from all the trauma the narc caused you in the relationship. From the time you met that dirtball to the day you divorced him. From dating days all the way through. And you need to heal from all the significant trauma in your life before the narc. Family of origin, mom, dad, sexual abuse if that happened to you, previous boyfriends, previous spouses, death of a loved one, an abortion, a rape, sexual trauma. If you don't clean out all your serious trauma, it stays inside you, it doesn't go anywhere. And your narc ex, with his never-ending attacks, will continue to trigger it over and over the rest of your life. God doesn't want that. When you clean out your trauma, with the help of the divorce recovery book, I Didn't Want a Divorce, Now What? And a solid Christian therapist, it can't be triggered because it's gone. Now, the narc will still attack, but he won't have the same impact. He'll only be an annoyance. Your basic prayer for healing, which you'll pray a lot during the process, is this: Dear Father, be with me as I do the work of healing. Bring up the traumas I need to face and walk with me through these traumas. I ask for complete healing and restoration. Now, there are many that think, even psychologists like me, church leaders, church counselors, radio experts, think you'll never get really complete healing and restoration. That is baloney. Not the God that I serve, not the God of the Bible. Complete, 100% healing and restoration. Absolutely. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time writing these books, and I'm wasting my time getting you to escape the narc. 100% if you do it right. God himself will bring up the traumas you must work through, the specific traumas. It won't be all of them. It'll be 5, it'll be 8, it'll be 10. God knows the traumas that will cover all the traumas in your life. God will be with you as you do the work. God will give you complete healing and restoration. 100%. Not 90, 100. There will be a list of persons who traumatized you. The narc X is at the top of the list, but there are others too. As you directly face the pain, vent the pain, relive the pain, and if you're following my process, you'll write letters to these people that traumatized you. You don't send the letters, but you'll write the letters. You will obviously pray throughout the entire process. You will not do this on your own. If you follow my steps in the divorce recovery book, you will read your letters to your therapist, a close friend, and you'll read these letters to God. This is prayer. Everything is shared with God along the way. And when it comes time to forgive each of the persons who wounded you, who harmed you so terribly, you will pray for God's power to forgive them. No one forgives anyone without God's power. It takes time and effort, but God will allow you to do the work and do the forgiving. Second, get rid of doubt, guilt, and shame. It's very common after the divorce to doubt your decision to file, to feel guilty about the divorce, to feel shame for divorcing the narc. Satan will fuel your doubt, guilt, and shame. The narc X will do all he can, of course, to make you regret the divorce. The narc will make your life so hard that you will wonder, boy, was it worth it divorcing him? Maybe I should have stayed. That's what the narc and Satan want you to think. As your kids struggle to adjust to the divorce, you will think, oh, I caused them more pain by leaving. The divorce has disrupted their lives. Maybe I should have stayed married for their sakes. That's not true, but it's common to think it. Listen to me. You did the right biblical thing by divorcing the abusive dirtball narc. But it's very easy to doubt that decision because of all the post-divorce challenges. The healing work on your traumas will help. Yes, it will. But prayer will make a big difference in getting rid of your doubt, guilt, and shame. Use this prayer, and you'll have to pray it multiple times through this post-divorce process. Dear Father, help me to see that divorcing the narc was the right thing to do for me and my children. Reinforce that in my mind. It was what you wanted me to do. Please wash away my feelings of doubt, guilt, and shame when they come up. Third, pray for your children. In your post-divorce life, as in your pre-divorce life, there is nothing more important than your children in this whole process. Even though with the divorce you have saved them from the full impact of the narc's abuse, it won't feel that way. The kids' post-divorce lives are difficult and painful, at least for a while. Their lives disrupted, their schedules disrupted, living in two homes, being pressured and manipulated by the narc to reject you and mistreat you. He never stops doing that. Their bitterness and resentment against you because you filed. The I Didn't Want a Divorce Now What book gives you practical strategies to deal with these children issues and to manage the narc. But a lot of prayer is also needed. Here are the top 10 prayers for your children to be prayed over and over again. 1, please keep my kids close to me, connected to me in a healthy relationship. This is so important. 2, please keep the narc from turning my children against me. 3, if the narc has already turned your children against you, pray this: Dear God, turn the hearts of my kids back to me. 4, reveal the truth about the narc to my kids. Show them who he really is. God will do that. 5, please help my kids heal from the wounds the narc inflicted on them and still inflicts on them. 6, please prevent my sons from being anything like their father. Keep my sons from becoming narcissists. Create in my sons a respect and tender care for women. 7, please prevent my daughters from dating and marrying men like their father. Motivate my daughters to be attracted to healthy, godly men who will treat them like queens. 8, I ask that my kids would spend less and less time with their father. Please stir in them a desire to be with me more than their father. 9, give my kids the strength to handle their father's rejection as they reach out to me and build a closer relationship with me. Because when they do that, he's going to be awfully hard on them. And finally, 10, the most important prayer of all for your children. Dear God, create in my kids a strong desire to be close to you. Father God, create in them a desire to follow your truth, your instructions for living in the Bible. I pray that my children will love you and serve you and walk with you for the rest of their lives. Now, 2 resources for your post-divorce life. I mentioned the one, I Didn't Want a Divorce Now What? It covers how to heal from your pain and trauma, all of it, how to deal with the narc ex and your children, how to get a reset in your life, and how to pick the right new partner, a non-narc. Also, a book I wrote some years ago, I'm Not Okay and Neither Are You, subtitled The 6 Steps to Emotional Freedom. This is a deeper dive into emotional trauma and healing. Family of origin trauma, getting rid of deeply entrenched, negative, self-defeating thoughts. That's why I wrote this book, and it's helped many. Recovering from depression and anxiety will also be in the book. You'll find these books on my website, davideclarkphd.com. That's Clark with an E.